Okay, hi everyone. Today I'm your host. My name is Sarthak Arora. I am the IM manager for ICX NST ISEC in Austria, and my home entity is India. And a fun fact about me is that I recently attended IC, which is International Congress, where I got a chance to meet ISECers from all over the world, including my MCVP ICX, Sonia as well. And this is something that inspired me to continue in ISEC. And here I am applying for the higher roles. And I hope that you find your why of ISEC as well and keep yourself motivated to continue. Yes. So my Instagram is hi, I'm Sarthak68. If you want to find me, you can always text me here and interact with me, ask me questions, anything you want. I'll always be available. Okay. So let's start. So today's topic is exchange standards and value delivery. So let's start. We'll start with why and how. So why do we need exchange standards? Why do we need values? And how do we implement them in our lives and experience of a bicycle, right? Who is going on an exchange program? So let's start with why. So the overall process, how we facilitate leadership, goes like a young person takes part in an ISEC experience. Then we explain them the standards. They receive standards during their experience. They go through the inner and outer journey and receive lead content throughout their experience, which I will be explaining a bit later. Then we have the ISEC values, the core six ISEC values that we have. They are given the opportunity to live the ISEC values daily in both their ISEC experiences and personal lives as well. Moving forward, we have the inner and outer journey. So this is like an infinity because all of them are interlinked. So inner journey starts with like setting personal goals, reflecting on your experience, understand your personal values, reinvent yourselves, and the outer journeys goes like support system. For example, once you start interacting with ISECers, you'll build a family, you build a support system that will support you throughout your life, not just your ISEC term. Then you get a chance to interact with multiple stakeholders from big multinational companies. For example, recently I got a chance to talk to Prestige CEO. I have talked to many other CEOs of other multinational companies as well. And this is the platform that ISEC provides. Also, a challenging role environment, we have the individual responsibility and goals as well. Moving forward, we have the core six values of ISEC. Starts with, it goes like striving for excellence. We aim to deliver the highest quality performance in everything we do. Throughout through creativity and innovation, we seek to continue improve, right? Then we have demonstrating integrity. We are consistent and transparent in our decisions and actions. We fulfill our commitments and conduct ourselves in a way that is true to our vision. And we have the third one, which is the most important one, which is activating leadership. ISEC is about leadership. We lead by example and we inspire leadership through actions and results, taking full responsibility for developing others as well. Then we have acting sustainably. We act in a way that is sustainable for our organization and our society. Our decisions take into actions, account the needs of future generations as well. Then we have enjoying participation. We create dynamic and welcoming environments which simulate active and enthusiastic participations by our members. These includes various ISEC events like Youth Speak Forum. Then we have different conferences as well at different levels, starting with local, going till international. And then at the last, we have living diversity. We seek to learn from the different ways of life and opinions represented in a multicultural environment. We respect and activate, encourage the contribution of every individual. So the main purpose of ISEC was and still is the cross-cultural understanding. So we meet people from different backgrounds, different countries. We understand their perspective, how they live, their culture, and everything. And these are the six values, core values of ISEC that everyone should know. Moving forward, we have we'll discuss how of ISEC. So these are the 16 exchange standards that we need to follow uh, throughout the journey of an EP or an ISECer. Which starts with preparation standards. It's segregated into three levels, which is preparation standards, experience standards, and post-experience standards. So preparation standards are something that we do before an EP goes into realization, which is before an EP leaves for their internship or the project that he is going to. And then experience standards is when the EP is living that experience and when during the realization part. And then the post experience standards are after he or she has completed the journey, has completed the experience, the exchange program that we are having, or the internship that we are having. So these are the 16 standards. I will explain each one of them later. And then from the next slide. So moving forward, so the first standard says that uh, personal goal setting. The home entity has provided a space for goal setting based on leadership development assessment result. The next one is outgoing preparation. The home entity must offer an outgoing preparation for example, leadership development of the EP, including space for ISEC purpose, which is the ISEC way, I think, which you should know about. Uh, and all of these explaining before an EP goes for an internship or an exchange program. Then we have the expectation settings. The host entity has provided with basic information regarding the country or the territory of the internship in a written format, including as a minimum information on culture, political situation, safety, living standards, home and host contacts, which are phone number, emails, and the POCs that we'll be providing. Then the fourth one is the insurance. The home entity ensures that the EP has a valid insurance policy to cover basic medical costs for the duration of the exchange. So these are the standards that I'm explaining right now. The home entity are for the OGX, which is of sending people out, and the host entity would be us, which is the ICX, who are receiving exchange participants from different countries. Okay. So the fifth one goes like visa and work permit. The EP can legally enter and stay in a territory. In our case, would be Austria, and perform the activities stated in the opportunity. ISEC has provided in written format all the information required to arrange for any documents, visa, or work permits that may be required. We provide the visa support and we provide with all the work permits and everything. Uh, uh, we provide support with the permits and everything that the documents that an EP would require. Moving forward, next we have arrival and pickup. So when an EP goes to an exchange program, an EP buddy or an ISECer is being assigned to him who basically drops him to the airport and and make sure that he gets on the plane. And on the other side, an executive is appointed who will receive them from the airport and make sure that he reaches their destination properly and clear all the doubts. So basically, it goes like the exchange participant is picked up by a representative of ISEC before the exchange participant travels. The host entity and the exchange participant should agree on the pickup point, and the host entity should provide written information to the exchange participants on any additional domestic transport required to arrive at this pickup point, right? So the seventh one goes with accommodation. So depending upon the project, because for some projects we provide accommodation and for some projects we do not provide accommodation. For example, in exchange programs for GV, we provide accommodation, and for the short-term internships we provide accommodation. But for the mid-term and long-term internships, we do not provide accommodation. So in that case, EP uh, has to acquire the accommodation on their own money, on their own salary that they will be receiving. But the host entity provides support with sources to look for accommodation. right? So these accommodation conditions must include at least the following, which are like single bed, access to clean water, access to bathroom, access to electricity, and basically access to basic living conditions, right? So coming to the eighth point, we have incoming preparation. The host entity must offer an incoming preparation seminar once the exchange participant arrives to the host entity before the internship starts. The seminar must include at least the following: the space to follow up on the exchange, participants' personal goals that were defined before they travel. Then we have culture, and then we have living standards. All this should be included in the seminar that we will be giving them once the EP arrives to our country, to our LC. Moving forward, we have the ninth standard, which is first day of work, right? So the first day of work goes like: the host entity coordinates and ensures that the exchange participants is physically brought to the place of organization of work on the first day of internship. I think it's basic, it's clear. The 10th one is the alignment spaces and opportunity provider. The host entity must ensure that the opportunity, one second, sorry about that. The host entity must ensure that the opportunity provider provides at least one space to align with the job description with personal goals at the beginning of the experience, one space to debrief on the job description, and personal goals at the end of the internship. So basically, the host entity must ensure that whatever the job description the EP has to work for should be clear from the company side as well. And the job description, personal goals at the end of the internship are being debriefed about. So the 11th is the job description itself. The job executed by the EP has to correspond with the job description. So basically, it means that whatever job the EP is doing, is working on, should be aligned with the job description that was provided to him before the internship has started. And then the 12th one is the working hours. The activities related executing the job descriptions are a minimum of 35 hours for GT, 35 hours per week for GT, and 25 hours per week for GV. Moving forward, we have the 13th standard, which is the duration. The internship lasts from a, one second, I'm so sorry about that. Yes. The internship lasts from a minimum of 6 weeks to a maximum of 78 weeks from the first day to the last day of the internship. So basically, it depends. It goes like from 6 weeks to 18 months. The internship can expand depending upon the term, the short term, long term, or mid term opportunities that the EP has taken up. The fourth one is the opportunity benefits. The host entity ensures all the benefits stated on the opportunity posted in isec.org are delivered. Opportunity benefits refers but are not limited to any financial or non-financial compensations during the internship, food or transport covered. So basically, whatever benefits that are provided in isec.org, we have to cover all of them, but we are not just limited to them only. Moving on to the 15th one, departure support. The host entity has offered in written format on how to depart from the country or slash territory, legal and logistic specifications at least 2 weeks before the end of the internship. For example, at what providing an EP, like I mentioned before, to drop off to the airport, and particular traveling, how an EP should will be going to the airport, and how the entire process of him departing from the country will be explained to him or her. And the last one is the debrief with ISEC. So this is the post experience which will be covered by the home entity, right? So basically, it offer a debriefing space to the exchange participants no more than 2 weeks after they finish the experience. The space must include at least the following: debrief of the leadership experience of the exchange participant, including a space to analyze personal goals achievement, analyze the delivery of the exchange standards as well. So basically, the experience that an AP has gone through in his exchange program or the internship that all is being briefed, and it's analyzed to make sure that the EP has achieved the personal goals that were set up before the experience, and if the exchange standards delivery has been done properly or not. So these are the 16 standards, which are segregated into three parts, which is pre-experience, during realization, and the post-experience. So our part, which is ICX, is covered while the EP is on realization, when we are hosting as an hosting entity, when we are receiving the exchange participant. Those standards are being covered by us. Moving on, I guess if you have any questions, or if you have any doubts or issues, or if you want to confirm anything, you can always reach out to me. I'm always available with any questions and everything. So with that, we come to the end of the session. I hope it was informative, and I'm always available for you for if you have any questions or anything. And I wrote this quote: "Love what you do, one love." That's With that, we come to the end of the session. That's me, Sarthak, and signing off.